Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And before anything else, I just want to say that this video is not meant to brag or to make anyone feel pressured. I'm sharing this because I know how overwhelming exams can be, especially board exams or any scholarship examinations. So, are you ready? I also want to let you know that I'm just an ordinary student who had doubts, who had fears, had tired days, and had these kind of moments where I feel like I just want to rest, but I don't have any option. But by God's grace, I was able to pass the DOST JLSS examination, and recently I passed the board exam. I took last September the licensure examination for teachers, and I say thank you, Lord. In this video, I'll be answering some questions about how I prepared for exams or for major exams, including the board exam and the DOST scholarship. The questions will include how I studied, my study habits, where I studied, and how I deal with pressure, and of course, what I learned along the way. The first question is, how did you start preparing for major exams like the DOST JLSS and the LECT? So again, and honestly, I started without a perfect plan. Again and again, there is no really an actual perfect study plan when you are preparing for a board exam or any major exams. That I didn't wait until I felt ready or confident, because I know that moment never really comes. I just started with what I had: my notes, my notebooks, my old reviewers, and the topics I knew where I was weak at. What helped me was accepting the fact that I won't master everything at once. I focused on consistency instead of perfection. Even short study sessions matter. Remember that. The second question is, where did you usually study? How did your environment help you? So, I usually studied at the library here in our city. It helped me focus because everyone around me was also studying, and it created this quiet pressure to keep going. On the days I couldn't go out, I studied here in my room, and I don't need anything or any aesthetic setup just to get started in studying. All I need was to have my notes, a quiet setup, and of course, my determination to study. Alright, for the third question, did you follow a strict schedule? Okay, so for this question, no, I didn't follow a very strict schedule. I just had to know what subjects I need to study at that day or at that moment, because there were a lot of times I need to change my study schedule because I need to prioritize those subjects that are needed to be prioritized, right? So yeah, I didn't really follow a very strict schedule. And please take note that during those times where I was still reviewing for the board exam, and of course and back then the DOST scholarship examination, rest didn't feel like an option for me, because especially during those times where exams were already near. So I would always thought that I should not take a rest because the exams were near already, so I need to study everything. But you know what? I realized something. Rest is an option, because of course your brain will not function well if you're tired or sleepy, right? So it depends on you. So for the last question, how did you handle pressure, especially knowing your past achievements? Okay, so I tried not to dwell too much on my past achievements. I said already earlier that this is not to brag, but to inspire. I just want you to know that in elementary, I graduated with honors, and during my junior high school, I graduated as a valedictorian, and during my senior high school, I graduated with high honors. That was the time of pandemic, okay? So I tried not to dwell too much on that, because I know that past achievements do not guarantee the success of your future exams or any examinations, right? So what I did is just to focus on studying or what I need to study per or each day, because your consistency would always matter. It will sum up to a big achievement. So I'll just try, you try to focus on what's the most important thing you need to do per day, so that you won't dwell too much on your past achievements. So that's my tip if you are also a student who's doing well in class since elementary. Okay, so don't pressure yourself, because at the end of the day, it's you who will be taking the exam, not the people around you. So just focus on yourself and think that your efforts and your consistency would only matter. Alright? So that would be all, guys. And if you're watching this and you feel like you're just an ordinary student, please know that ordinary students can also pass extraordinary exams. So I always said this, trust the process, and this is very important. Please put this in your mind. To start where you are, you use what you have and do what you can. Just focus on one thing. Just focus on one step a day, one step at a time. You'll get there, I know. And then don't forget to pray always, because in your exam journey or in your exam preparation journey, only God can see you. The people around you may not see the effort or the anxiety that you have while preparing the exam. But trust me, release it to Him, release it to God, so that you can be able to have this kind of relief that there is someone who's listening to you. Alright? So have faith. You can do this. Okay? And don't forget to have your why. What is your biggest why? And with that, you'll just find out yourself that you are studying, you are determined, you are being consistent because of that why. Alright? So that would be all, guys. Don't forget to hit like, to comment, and to click that subscribe button. Alright? See you in my next videos or vlogs. Bye.